lads and lassies, Irish Demon here, back with another video. I've got a question for you. What happens when an unstoppable dipshit meets an immovable dumbass? A dumpster fire, that's what happened. Let me give you some background here. This is what took place between Nathan Oakley and Nathan Thompson and Witsitt last night. About a day ago. And it is just amazing. It is incredibly funny. But what makes it even funnier is how I came to know about it. I certainly do not watch Oakley's channel. His voice goes through my head. I can't do it. I'm sorry. People always ask me to do videos. I can't. But this time I said, all right, let's give it a go. Because I heard this video this morning. Driving home from work. And get a notification from Nathan Thompson's YouTube channel. Yes, I subscribe to him so that I can get the hilarity. Oh, wait. I should say I used to subscribe to him because, of course, his channel got deleted. That's it. We'll get back to that in just a minute. So anyway, I get the notification. I pull safely into the side of the road, turn off my vehicle, safely take my phone out of the boot, sit down and watch said video, mother, because I know you're watching. I certainly did not use my phone while driving. Anyway, so I'm driving along and it's like, hey, this is Nathan Thompson, the founder of the largest... Oh, yeah, that's right. Not anymore. Anyway, that's besides the point. Basically, it was an argument between him, Oakley, and Witsitt. And I was like, ugh, could you think of anything more fucking boring? Then he played the clips from this live stream and I laughed my ass off the whole way home. It was one of the only funny things that I've ever had come from Nathan Thompson, but it wasn't actually because of him. I just want to clarify that. So anyway, without further ado, lads and lassies, I'm going to play the video for you right now, and I'll just jump in from time to time, whatever. You probably won't see a whole lot of me in this video because they do all of the comedy themselves. Enjoy, and I'll catch you in a minute. I'm just going to give you a heads up. The next part is a little bit boring, but after that, it gets really hot. Now, here's the heads up. Some of the language is extremely crude. There's references to rape and a few other things, like sexually assaulting people, all that kind of shit. It does get really, really heavy. I'm not bleeping it out. That's just a warning. Make of that whatever you want. If you like it, great. If not, thank you for staying this long. Hit the like button on your way out. But otherwise, fasten your seatbelts is all I'll say.
Yeah, but I've heard it said on this panel here that natural laws don't follow the scientific method.
They don't.
Yeah, because of behavior.
Okay. So if entropy and things go down, boom, boom, is a natural law, well, then it would be outside of scientific experiment.
Yeah, the cause isn't establishable. So if you want to establish the cause of entropy, be my guest. But describing things that occur always, perfectly acceptable. But is there a always in nature downward vector, Nathan?
Well, unless it's a helium balloon. But yeah, I would. Yeah.
So that would be a...
Things go up or down.
So that's a no then to the downward vector. So automatically you're on our side then. No mandatory downward vector.
Yeah. Gas moves in all directions. No.
So why do you want this debate then? You already know the outcome. There is no mandatory downward gravity.
I want the debate, Nathan.
Yeah, because you've won, but I'm asking Nathan why he wants the debate, given he's obviously already of the opinion that there's no downward vector.
Yeah, but to be fair, he doesn't champion it.
Why do you want the debate, Nathan? Why are you pushing this? I'm intrigued.
No, it's not that I want the debate or anything. I just...
It's not like...
I spoke with Bob last night. I talked to Anthony a couple weeks ago.
I know that he's given the reason.
Guys, can you stop rumpusing him? I want to hear his motivations. We can't divine them. He can only tell us. Go ahead, Nathan. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, no. Some people are of the opinion, oh, no, there's this division. Makes us look bad. No, it makes us look good because Flat Earth is not a cult, okay? What you have with the Globers is Brenda says, every atom is a clock, and all the Globers go, yeah, that's brilliant. Or a shoe is a naturally occurring phenomenon, and all the Globers go, yeah, that's brilliant. I just encourage a discussion because I say this all the time. Look around. If everyone agrees with you, you're probably in a cult. So I just want to see the discussion. I think it'd be good. I don't even care if it's with Bob. I think Austin would do a good job representing the argument too. But
I fully agree with you.
He would.
Yeah,
He would. But the
if
problem
he's of the
is,
opinion he
when we
only
get
wants
to the
to talk to
crescendo of the
Bob,
point, because I know that I'm going to win, right? I know that I'm going to win because scientific method tells me that if it's outside of scientific method, it's pseudoscience. When we get to that point, and Witsitt has to concede or accept the point that I make, which is, well, that's outside of scientific method, right? Therefore, pseudoscience. That means that Bob's never going to take any responsibility for Witsitt not winning that point. But he is responsible for it. So what's the point in arguing by proxy?
Anthony, we just spoke 3 minutes ago about how natural laws don't follow the scientific method. Our natural law is pseudoscience.
So what? They're just descriptions. I covered this already, Nathan. So we don't have
also a false equivalent.
It is false equivalence. So we don't have the cause of entropy. Okay. So what?
Yeah,
But we do know how to
I guess
manipulate
anyone
it.
could say the cause of egg going up is Anthony.
What?
But we
No,
he
he added, he added
you
mass. That wasn't the cause. He added mass. Still, the same question applies. Natural law, Nathan, is something that is merely a description of something that occurs always. So now, either you can say, well, on their side of this argument, this is flat Earth on flat Earth gravity argument, they say there is an always occurring downward vector. Would you agree, Nathan?
Sorry, I just got a text from Austin, Nathan. Not always.
Just let me repeat my question then, so you actually hear it.
No, not a downward vector.
So you already know which side of this argument's going to win, then.
But Nathan, you understand that that's the whole thing with Bob, is that he thinks there is a downward force causing acceleration. Downward.
Yeah, well, when you pick something up and drop it, it goes down. That is
like a helium balloon. What about a helium balloon? A helium balloon does that, does it?
How many times have you picked up a helium balloon?
Many. I've got kids. Do you want me to go and get one?
Yeah,
hold on. Hold on. Hi, hello. G plus panel. Yeah, I've got one. I could go and get one now. Would you like me to do that and let it go down? Go boom, boom.
You're gonna find a helium balloon on the floor, pick it up, and then let it go.
Oh, when I pick it up, I have to pick it down. Hold on. Guys in G plus, for the love of God. I don't have to pick it up. I actually have to pick it down because it's stuck to the ceiling, Nathan.
Yeah.
So not down then. Not a universal down then, Nathan. Okay. Nathan, I'm getting to my point. Not a law of nature then. Not like hot always goes to cold. Not a law of nature. Not always occurring. Not universally down then.
Yeah, well, helium balloon's not a solid.
Yeah, so what?
Filled with gas.
Yeah, if it was, it would be going down as opposed to the light. G plus, please. Please.
Nathan, my egg was solid.
That's a good point.
Didn't go down, right?
Well, it went down at first.
I would still ask here.
What was the egg on the ceiling?
Comfortable saying that?
No. Does air get less dense?
Hold on. What's happening, Elijah? Hold on. Elijah, what's happening is Nathan's now rumpusing because of cognitive dissonance. So, to be a natural law by false analogy, right? You're saying, well, natural laws don't go through the scientific method. No, they're just descriptions of things that occur always. Is down always, Nathan? Or just always except when it's not always? Therefore, not law of nature by false equivalent you used.
I'm rumpusing the show, Nathan.
That's a distraction technique that Rumpus would also use. Yes, you are. But deflection in this instance. Deflecting away from my question. You juxtapose natural law not going through scientific method, now you're rumpusing me, with the assertion that their side of the argument with the downward vector is valid and worth arguing over. I got you to the stage where we are establishing that it is definitely not a law of nature that we always have a downward vector. Now you're asking me whether or not you're rumpusing. No, you're deflecting. So definitely not a law of nature as juxtaposed by you then, Nathan Thompson.
Oh, okay. So when you pick up solid objects that were on the floor and release them, they don't always go down, Nathan?
What, when I take them out of equilibrium, will they return from whence they came? Yeah, equally, if I pull a balloon off the ceiling, it will go up. So not universally down, Nathan. You're still yet to concede this point.
Just relax, Nathan.
When I'm dealing with somebody
so-
that doesn't want to concede that they are incorrect, that we do not have a law of nature comparison here. It's not always down, Nathan. You just yet to concede that.
We haven't gotten to the crux of the argument, Nathan.
That is the argument. The argument is there a universal down, Nathan? That's the argument. Very simple. No, there isn't.
With solids.
With
that are more
solids,
dense
so
than-
not universal then? So not universal then, Nathan? Are you dumb?
Yes. Yes, he is. In fact, you both are. But yeah, I know that wasn't the question.
Are you rumpusing? Now we're going to...
Are you dumb? Not universal then, only applicable to solids? So absolutely unequivocally not universal then? Not a law of nature? Not universally down? How simplistic do you want me to put it? The argument is there a universal down? The answer is no.
Triggered.
But not
I'm
even
dumb,
then, because you
and
can
you're
drop
triggered.
a solid from the bottom of a pool and it'll go up too. So
Well, just to clarify, it's like the elastic velocity or elastic energy of gas is way, 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 way stronger than electrostatics. It's just my point here, at least I can only speak for me, right? My point is the electrostatics is always at play because everything that has any matter is electrostatic, and the Earth is also electrostatic and actually
I thought it
negative,
was
and that's why we have
negative.
lightning, et cetera, et cetera. So you can't just say it's not part of the equation. That would be dishonest. But at the same time, almost impossible to validate. You can't get outside of
Sorry,
the Earth,
what is
so.
this? What are you on about? What is this electrostatic non sequitur? The fact that we have to constantly look at this stuff to experience it or describe it or have pens to write it down is totally non sequitur.
Well, it's just that, the Earth's negatively charged, and anything that falls to the Earth is electrostatic.
Well, like a balloon.
Time to light this dumpster fire. I'll be right back. Oh, son of a bitch. All I wanted was a good bit with my dumpster fire lighter. Fucking bullshit. Time to light this dumpster fire. Oh, what a little ass flame after all of that.
Yeah, the balloon less.
Does that fall to the ground, Witsitt?
No, of course.
Well, then shut up! You dumb fuck!
Doesn't mean there's not a natural bias, though.
A bias? What, for the balloon? How many times do you want to do this? Are you all morons?
Ad hom.
No.
Sorry, are you a moron? Is the balloon going down, Witsitt?
Yes, we are.
Is the balloon
I wouldn't.
biased downwards?
Are you serious, bro? This is how you're gonna
Shut
run
up,
the show
Nathan.
today?
I'm talking to Witsitt.
Well, what I'm saying is, you see, the bias is so incredibly weak that the
So it's not a bias down! What bias? The downward one the balloon's not experiencing? Third time, Witsitt.
yeah, they're right. The gas isn't going to go down. Gas.
So there is not a downward bias!
Well, you would.
No, not well. There's no downward bias, you clown. You've just admitted it. Why are you in cognitive dissonance over this, Witsitt?
This kind of reminds me of when I was an asshole teenager in school and you would wind up a teacher to the point where they would fucking explode and then the whole class would be like...
Your hand wave dismissing the electrostatics, dude.
What, the non sequitur fallacy you introduced that I immediately demolished as a non sequitur fallacy?
I think you'll find that's a fallacy, you fallacious phallus.
Wait, how's it non sequitur? I thought that was the
So
whole
the balloon
argument.
goes
The whole
down?
argument.
Sorry, the electrostatics make the balloon go down, or is this non sequitur?
The electrostatics are way weaker, right?
Are they making the balloon go down? Are you deaf?
No,
So non sequitur then!
Nathan, you're gonna give yourself an answer.
Nathan, shut up. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to absolutely teabag Witsitt for his dumb fuckery. So this electrostatic is not giving the balloon a downward bias, is it?
no.
No! That's right, Witsitt, you clown! So what are you babbling about?
Because once again, you just whistle past this.
You just stutter for me like the rest of the fundies with their belief in gravity. There is not a downward bias, clown.
Okay, but yeah.
Okay! Now enjoy the taste of my nuts, you flat earth fundy. There's no downward bias.
Dismissing your hand.
Dismiss what?
What is it with this guy and teabagging people? He said the same thing about fight the flat earth, and I'm just like, dude, why does your balls have to come into everything? That I just realized as I said that was a terrible choice of words. But just forget about that for a second. But why does he bring his balls into everything again? I'm not even sure how I can word this like any better than what I'm doing. But yeah, seriously though, like I would hate to see this guy's search history, man. It'll probably just be like, man putting balls in mouth. How to pretend the earth is flat? I'm not really sure. I can't really figure out what else would be on that loser's search history.
The electrostatics that make the balloon go down?
Oh, well, that would not have been my first guess, but alright. If you want to look that up, that's all good.
You're going to do it third time in a row, you circle-jerking fundy?
Claimed it made it go down.
It doesn't go down, you idiot! Are you thick?
One claimed it did. That's a strong...
Oh, right. I'm claiming a downward bias of the balloon and no one's claiming it. You are. You stuttering, double-speaking, cognitive dissonance-laden fundy.
Matters inherent. Every compilation of matters inherently electrostatic.
And that's got anything to do with the balloon going down? Fourth time circle-jerking this shit in a row?
I never said the balloon went down.
Again with the sexual references. I mean, I make a lot of sexual jokes and stuff. I'm kind of a sexual person, I guess, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you get into sexual stuff when you're really angry, that's concerning. I mean, I'm not saying that the guy's done anything or would do anything, not at all. I'm just saying, when you combine that, sexual stuff with being really, really angry, that's just really concerning, man. Maybe he's taken too much Viagra. Which leads to his next comment.
It doesn't go down! Are you dumb?
It does, dude.
Oh, it does? Oh, balloons go down, go boom with a single vector of downward, do they?
No, the balloon...
No, that's right, you unbelievable buffoon. They do not have a bias down, regardless of your non-sequitur shite about electrostatic non-forces. Hello? Not going down. Not bias down. Are you getting this?
I'm getting you're whistling past my argument. You're not even addressing it. You're pretending...
What, the non-sequitur of electrostatic forces that you assert that have a influence on the downward bias we don't see in the balloon. Non sequitur, you clown.
Equilibrium that's sought is inherently electrostatic. This is objective.
Oh, and the equilibrium for the balloon is down, like your bias.
No, it's not.
No. That's the taste of my nuts. Are you dumb? No, not downward bias, mate.
Anthony, I suggest...
Okay, this is the thing, man. How fast gas moves is stronger than electrostatics, but it's not gone. It isn't effectively not there. You're just...
Oh, so there's a bias. So gases don't expand equally in all directions, then? You're an entropy denier.
No. Entropy's way stronger than electrostatics.
Sorry, you said there's a bias. So do we have more gas going down than going up, or is it equally expanding in all directions, entropy denier?
Yeah, gas isn't affected. Its directionality isn't...
Sorry, isn't affected, so not the bias. Not affected, so no bias! You utter fool! Unaffected means there isn't a bias, idiot!
Can we just have a conversation?
Well, it would technically
Nathan, I'm going to remove you. You're white knighting for the fundies who believe in gravity on the flat earth side. Now you can shut up. Everyone in G+ can do the same. I will teabag Witsitt the clown, who seems to have just denied that there is any effect on grass. Grass?
Did someone say grass?
On gas. So no bias then, Witsitt.
Well, you're straw manning again. I never.
Not a straw man. So you've just declared quite openly and boldly there is no bias in gas.
This is why y'all wouldn't debate me, because y'all can't argue.
Sorry, that would be a rumpus technique, so deflection. So there is no bias then? You've just disclaimed that, you fool.
No, you're not even addressing my argument, Nathan.
Your argument is that there's an overriding electrostatic force that means it doesn't, quote, all go away. That would imply that there is also a bias in gas that expands equally in all directions. I asked you if it expands equally in all directions. You confirmed there is no effect on it. Therefore, no bias. Not a straw man clown show.
Okay, let me give you an example. If I have a bias in a race because I have 5 feet on the person.
What about in a gas? You deflecting little fundy shit. What about in a gas, moron? That's my example.
Okay, well, if you're not understanding the analogy, I don't know.
The analogy isn't an analogy when my example is with gas and you're now using men running. That's idiotic, childish, non sequitur, false comparison. You want to call me out for a straw man I haven't used? I'll berate you for your non sequitur nonsense. No, I won't compare gas that expands without any bias downwards to a man running, you idiotic child.
Yeah, well, what I was explaining is just because there's a bias doesn't mean it won't get...
What bias? Tell me about the bias in the gas, clown.
Collision rate of the gas.
Tell me about the bias down in the gas.
Is the gas electrostatic?
Has it got a bias downwards?
Well, yes, a natural...
Oh, yes. So gas is pooling, then. We've got gas moving more down than up, then. You are an entropy denier, Witsitt.
Oh, you're dude, do you not... this is why
You're an entropy denier, you utter clown, stuttering moron. So you think gas has got an extra downward vector when it expands in all directions, you entropy denying clown?
I never said that, Nathan.
Oh, you just told us it had got a downward bias, you utter moron. Now you're lying about what you claim?
What I'm saying is
that it's got a downward bias and it hasn't. I know what you're saying when I point it out you claim straw men. No, mate, you're getting annihilated because you believe in a downward bias that doesn't exist.
Oh, electrostatics exist.
Oh, really? So they're making gas go down boom boom like bouncy balls, mate?
Can you offer one example of matter that isn't electrostatic, dude?
And can you example how electrostatic's making the gas go down, go boom, boom, which is your argument about a downward bias?
I'm not claiming that gas is going down, boom, boom.
Well, they're not. So there's no downward bias. So your argument fails, you utter clown. There is no downward bias. Violated by gas.
No, yeah, gas is way...
Yeah, no. Sounds like cognitive dissonance to me, mate.
Okay, well, all right. I don't know why I came on.
Yeah, I know you don't know. You don't even know where you are. You're getting annihilated by someone on your own side because of your abject stupidity and belief in a downward bias. That's where you are. That's what's happening. There is no downward bias. You've admitted it yourself. Gas expands equally in all directions. There's no bias. But yet you tell us it doesn't all go away. That's simultaneously holding 2 points of view at the same time, aka cognitive dissonance, you unbelievable clown.
Okay, I bet you can't answer this question, though.
So maybe change the subject. So the gas hasn't got a downward vector, and you want to ask me a new question like a fundy trying to obfuscate from their annihilation? Yeah, what a typical play. No, mate, no downward bias. I'd like a concession from you. Let's see how much humility you've got.
No, I don't have it. Dude, I never said gas went down, so I don't have...
Oh, so it doesn't have a downward vector bias then? So you're conceding your point that Bob's trained you with?
I'm conceding that everything... I knew this before, Bob, dude. Everything that falls to the ground is
like gas? Everything that falls to the ground like gas, you utter moron, circle-jerking fundy. 5 times!
That's why you'll cut me off again, Nathan. You can't answer this question. If there's a downward bias, could something...
bias for gas? Is there a downward bias for gas? Or are you just going to ask me something that assumes one?
See?
If there's a downward vector, it's your begging the question fallacy. Don't you get it, moron?
No.
If there's a downward vector, it's your assumption of the outcome you're trying to prove. That's called begging the question. You're useless.
And lightning goes to the ground.
So you're just going to talk through me, you fundy asshole. If there is a downward bias, is your assertion of the thing you're trying to prove.
Okay, but I'm not...
Not okay, a logical fallacy, child.
Okay, you just think...
Not okay, child. A logical fallacy. You are assuming the thing you're trying to prove. When you say if there's a downward force, there isn't. Because gas doesn't have one, does it?
Assuming anything.
Oh, you're assuming gas go down, go boom boom, my friend.
Is he hurt? Electrostatic?
Sorry, electrostatic non sequiturs making gas go down, go boom boom now, is it?
You keep saying non sequitur, but you're...
So gas is going down, go boom boom, or is this non sequitur?
Sequitur, dude.
Yeah, it's non sequitur if gas is not going down, go boom boom. Is gas going down, go boom boom?
I'm just going to ask the question that I know is on everybody's mind. Is gas go down, go boom boom a sex thing? I think it's a sex thing.
No one claims that gas goes down, go boom boom.
You do, you claim there's a bias downwards, you stupid shit. That's your claim you're here to defend, you unbelievable moron. So like Tim Osmond telling us no one claims the horizon's Earth curve, you're telling us no one claims there's a downward vector? Yeah, welcome to our side of the argument, you utter idiot. No one claims it, right? So Bob doesn't claim it then.
And then you add salt.
So Bob doesn't claim it then. Yo, Witsitt, you're getting teabagged. So no one claims a downward vector then.
All right, just let the record show and reflect.
That no one claims a downward vector as declared by Witsitt gets it, even though he's been indoctrinated to believe that there is a downward vector, that he assumes when he says, if there's a downward vector.
I was just making a point. You're being dishonest. You have a very...
Oh, right now it's called me a liar, you scumbag shithead. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
Can I just say, from everybody on our side, thank you. Thank you for this beautiful piece of entertainment. We all, I'm sure, thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, we really, really did. Like, look, at the end of the day, when you see two dumbasses like this going head to head, shouting at each other, abusing each other, it just shows you what they are. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, these people are just insufferable, but enjoyable to watch. I had fun. I laughed the whole way home in the car. But seriously though, Nathan, actually, you know what? It just goes for both of them. I was going to specify, but Nathan's, you need to get help, man. Both of you. Especially you though, Oakley. Fuck, I thought Thompson was bad. I don't watch Oakley. I've seen some snippets and stuff. I don't like the guy, so I don't watch him. When I say I don't like the guy, that doesn't mean I like Thompson. He's slightly easier to watch. Easier to make fun of, because Oakley just like, oh, you fucking wah wah wah. It's like, it just gets boring, man. It's the same shit every time. But yeah, the whole like teabagging sex, and you mentioned rape and stuff, dude. That's really fucked up. You need help. Anyway, with that, lads and lassies, thank you so much. If you would like to support my activism, see, I can use that now because the channel that used to use that is gone. Ah, too easy. Anyway, if you would like to support my activism, hit the like button down below. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. I would also be delighted to have any new channel members or new Patreons for as little as $1 Australian, I think $1 Australian a month, which is less than the cost of a cup of coffee. I say that every time, and I fuck it up every time. Let's try it once more. Less than the cost of a cup of coffee. That is a hard thing to say. Say that 10 times fast, and if you can't, give me $1. Anyway, no, I'm only fucking with you, lads. I really do appreciate all of you. You know, whether it's financially or just through likes and comments, definitely comment down below. It helps the algorithm more than you can imagine. I know this was a long one. Thank you for sticking with me. Gurv Mila Mahagud and Sláinte.